That's literally all you have to do is you just have to make the decision and go, okay, I want to do one next month on Tuesday at 11 o'clock, book it in. Obviously, you kind of want to share it around and do some invitations. I do calendar invites for everyone that I know that likes to attend every month. And some people can make it, some people can't. Like it's just, but it's the momentum. Don't just do one once and expect the world. You've got to keep on doing it with like anything in real estate. It's consistency that's key. And then we get regular people. And I've made such good friends out of having our coffee and catch ups. Like just having that extra leadership support or someone I can call in regards to a process or just to run an idea past or can you come and chat with my team? Because I think that, again, like you said, Kylie, it's like we can tell them everything in the world. We can talk about all of our experiences in property management. And sometimes I think my team forget that I actually was a property manager. I'm telling them this is what we need to do, this is the service that our clients expect, but they've never actually seen me manage a portfolio. But I did for many, many years, a very big portfolio. So it's like, I have actually done your job. I would never ask anyone to do anything that I haven't done myself or I would be willing to do myself.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Property Management Podcast. Thank you so much for having me in your ears. Now, what if I told you that the future of property management isn't about outdoing your competitors, but about working with them? Shocking, I know. So, today's episode, I want to talk about diving into a refreshing and timely conversation that challenges the old school, every agency for themselves mentality. Because let's face it, the industry can feel cutthroat at times. But what if true success lies in connection, not competition? And joining me is someone who truly walks the talk, Corinne Forsyth. With 17 years of boots on the ground experience, Corinne leads the high performing property management teams at Ray White, Beenleigh and Redland Bay. And she's known for her straight shooting style, attention to detail, and unwavering commitment to clients. She's an absolute powerhouse in the industry. And let me tell you, she's one of the most organised people that I have had the pleasure of working with. But what sets her apart isn't just her results, it's her belief in building relationships over rivalries. As a long-time property manager and trusted advisor, Corinne knows that real estate is about people first. And that includes the people you work alongside and the people in the agencies down the road. So, in this episode, we're going to chat about why the collaboration over competition mindset changes the game, how Corinne has fostered community within the industry, and practical ways to shift from guarded to generous without sacrificing your edge. And we're also going to talk about the PM Book Club and coffee and conversations. So stay tuned. There's plenty of value we're sharing in that. And if you're ready to reimagine what leadership and growth can look like in our industry, you'll love this honest and empowering conversation. Grab your cuppa. Let's dive on in. Corinne, thank you so much for joining me on the Property Management Podcast. I'm super excited to have you as a guest today. Before we dive in, can you share with our audience a little bit about yourself and what you do in the industry?
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for having me today, Kylie. I know it's been a long time due. I am head of property management for Ray White Beenleigh. I've been in the industry for about, oh gosh, 17 years now. It feels like yesterday that I just started on front desk answering the phone, and now I'm running a team of, I think we've got 10 staff now. So it's been a bit of a journey in itself, a lot learnt along the way, mistakes and whatnot. So at the moment, I'm in a full-time leadership role. I support the growth department and I support the property management department.
Amazing. Can I just say you do not look old enough to have been in property management for 17 years?
16, I started at a
16.
Harcourt's agency. 16, my first job. I didn't finish school. And yeah, here I am. Never done anything else. I tried like a few jobs when I was a teenager, like hospitality and McDonald's and all of those things, and I was absolutely shocking at it. Like I cannot make a coffee to save myself.
But I guess those skills, the customer service type skills, have all translated into what you're doing now because a lot
Yeah,
of real estate is customer service. And you went into sales for a bit too, didn't you?
I did. Yeah,
Yeah.
I did. I think it was about 2 years in sales, which to be honest with you, I kind of wanted to do it. I needed a bit of a break. I think I burnt myself out a little bit and I just needed a bit of a break. It was either sales or I was going to have a complete break from the industry altogether, which I'm actually really glad I didn't do. I think I would have regretted if I had have left completely. But I think sales taught me a lot, especially like growing a team. I had a sales associate and then going back into a leadership role. Yeah, I learned a lot from being a sales agent, but having like a young daughter as well, it was a bit of a struggle because she couldn't quite understand the extra hours that I was working, especially on the weekends. So I made an executive decision to come back and run the team just so I can spend some more time with my family.
Absolutely amazing. And yeah, there's no linear line, I think, in business or our careers. And you've got to try all these different things and take the
Mm,
lessons away from trying all the different things. So, and of course, family always comes first as well. So,
definitely.
yeah, good on you for doing that. Now, we're both from sort of similar areas in Queensland, run businesses and teams in similar areas. And I can tell you for the 15 years that I was in sort of Ipswich, Toowoomba, sort of we had rent roll in Beenleigh, Logan, all the way down to Ormeo and those sort of
Mm,
places. And property managers didn't really help each other back when I started.
no.
They certainly didn't catch up for coffees. And there was a really negative, competitive, winner takes all type mentality
Mhm.
amongst the different property managers and business owners, even. Was that your experience previously as well?
Oh, definitely. When I first started in property management, you would not dare talk to the agency down the road. It was very much extremely competitive. You were taking managements off each other. I think now it is just a complete different environment to be a property manager with collaboration, especially like if you're wanting to chat to someone about your career or different roles and things like that. Or even if you want to ask questions that maybe you don't feel comfortable asking your leader with as well. I think it's really good having that extra support network. But when I first started in property management, you wouldn't even probably even know unless you were the BDM taking managements off them who the property managers were even at the
Yeah.
other agencies because no one networked with each other. The only time you'd see them is if you went into their office to get a file.
Or you went to an REIQ event and it was very awkward. You stood around looking at each
Hmm.
other and nobody was going to make the first move to talk to
Yeah,
somebody.
yeah.
Um, but do you think that's now shifting? And I think like Ash Goodchild is a good friend of both of ours. She's a bit of a trailblazer in this, coming up with this concept of collaboration over competition. And I personally believe there's enough business around for everybody. And if you're doing a great job managing your clients' properties, then there's no need to worry about someone else taking your business, is
Hmm.
there?
No, there's not. And with Ash as well, I think like I first met Ash back in 2019 when we first opened this business. I'm not even sure how I first started talking to her. I think I reached out to her on social media and we started a YouTube series. And I can't remember what it was called because it was that long ago, but we had different people in different sections throughout Australia and we used to do a roundtable update every month. So we would all kind of jump on Zoom, talk about what's going on in our areas. So we had two people in Queensland. I think it was myself and Tara Bradbury. Then we had someone in Melbourne, which I believe was Melissa Hickson, Adelaide, which was Jason. Like we had different people everywhere. And once a month we'd jump on and just talk about what was going on in our areas, how the rental market was performing. And that was probably like the first time I really ever did anything like that that was so collaborative. Like I've always been not afraid to reach out to someone for help or jump on the Instagram DMs and try and connect with someone. But that's mostly my personality style. And I don't think a lot of people feel comfortable doing that. But I think it's really important to have those connections. And I think Ash has really driven it in the industry. I don't think that coffees and conversations probably would be what it was if she wasn't so committed to it. And she gave so much support to the hosts to continue to want to, I guess, gain momentum. Because the first coffee and conversations you ever do is so daunting. Like you book it, you put it out on social media, and you're like, who the hell is going to show up?
Well, that's
Like
it. Yeah, you're
I,
worried. Yeah, it's that fear of rejection. No one
yes,
likes me. No one's going to turn up. I feel it.
yes,
I feel it so deeply.
yeah.
It's probably why I've never
Yeah.
done it. So,
Well, I think the first one I did, I was like so scared. I'm like, no one's gonna come. Like, I'll just have my team here. And like, don't get me wrong, the first one I think we had maybe like 8 people, I think off the top of my head. And I think two of them were from my team. But I had tried to push it out so much. Like I'm sliding into everyone's DMs, I'm messaging them on Facebook, like come along. And now to compare to like our the people that we get turn up to our ones and where we started in January and we're here now in September, we probably get about 20 people. And I
So
only
good.
take maybe two people from my team each time because we kind of rotate who comes so we don't have the at the same time. But I just feel like if you keep pushing and you gain momentum, other people are seeing that we're doing it and they want to be a part of it. And it's probably taken a lot for like from a business owner's mindset to feel comfortable maybe with their staff going, because I feel like business owners think if they let their property managers go to a networking event like this, then maybe like they might want to leave or they'll be headhunted or something like that. But look, my theory on that is if you look after your staff, and you're letting them go to networking and you're providing them, I guess, that relief and that support, they're not going to go anywhere. It's you not letting them go that's going to want to make them want to leave.
Absolutely. It's such a mindset shift for a business owner. I mean, I would always be encouraging and
Mm.
my team to connect and get out and network and sending them off to conferences
Yeah.
because you can only teach people so much. They can only hear the same voice so many times. But when they're
Yes.
actually hearing different things from different people, or hopefully the same sort of things from different
Yeah.
people, the messages kind of eventually start sinking in. But yeah, if you are sort of one of those business owners that sits in scarcity, and it is hard to get good property managers, and I'm hearing lots of
It's
people
so
really
hard.
struggling to recruit
Yeah.
at the moment. But this is a way for you to actually flip the script and actually keep your property managers longer. They've got a
Mm.
great support network. They'll probably come back to the office full of new ideas. I know I've been to a couple and I've
Mhm.
come back with some amazing ideas. And even just listening to what I thought were struggles for people, they're not actually, I've had the wrong struggles all along. And it's different things that people
Mm.
are actually struggling with. So it's been a really valuable insight. And plus connecting like business
Mm.
and property management and working, it can be really lonely at times. And to hear other people, what they're going through, what they're struggling, and go, oh, okay, it's not just me. There's nothing wrong with
Yeah.
me. What I'm experiencing is very normal.
Yeah.
Um, so it's really good. So tell me a little bit more about if somebody was listening and they want to host it, they might not be from Southeast Queensland. If they're in Southeast Queensland,
Mm.
definitely get in touch with you. But if they're not in Southeast Queensland, they're listening from somewhere else, how can they get involved and run a coffee and conversations and maybe just again highlight some of the benefits of it?
Yeah, definitely. Look, I'm happy to have a chat with anyone that does want to set it up. We recently did one up the Coast, which is about 2.5 hours from where I'm located. So it's not like an area that I can get to all the time. And since we've run that one catch up, we've had expressions of people now wanting to do their own. So it's anyone can do it. Like we don't judge. We don't care where you're from, like who you work for, what franchise you're with, like what position in the business you are. It's if you want to be the leader in that area, just reach out to myself or even just message Ash or the PM Collective Instagram page and we can just kind of put you in touch. Really, all you need to do is we just pretty much need to know where you want to host it. Grab a copy of your headshot because obviously we want to be able to promote it with your personal brand, have a location and a date and a time. And then but that's literally all you have to do is you just have to make the decision and go, okay, I want to do one next month on Tuesday at 11 o'clock, book it in. Obviously you kind of want to share it around and do some invitations. I do calendar invites for everyone that I know that likes to attend every month. And some people can make it, some people can't. Like it's just, but it's the momentum. Don't just do one once and expect the world. You've got to keep on doing it with like anything in real estate. It's consistency that's key. And then we get regular people. And I've made such good friends out of having our coffee and catch ups. Like just having that extra leadership support or someone I can call in regards to a process or just to run an idea past, or can you come and chat with my team? Because I think that, again, like you said, Kylie, it's like we can tell them everything in the world. We can talk about all of our experiences in property management. And sometimes I think my team forget that I actually was a property manager. I'm telling them this is what we need to do. This is the service that our clients expect. But they've never actually seen me manage a portfolio. But I did for many, many years, a very big portfolio. So it's like, I have actually done your job. I would never ask anyone to do anything that I haven't done myself or I would be willing to do myself. And I think that having those extra supports that you do meet at the coffees and conversations, they can also talk to your staff about what they do in their business or even getting to bring them in. I've got Aaron from Rent Roll Mastery coming in to chat to my team because I feel like the mum of the group that keeps going, we need to do this, we need to do this, this is why we do this. But it kind of just goes over your head, like when your mum tells you to brush your teeth every day.
Yeah.
Like my 6 year old, I'm like, you got to brush your teeth, you've got to make your bed, you've got to get dressed for school. And she's just like, mum's white noise. So it's, I don't know, it's just making those relationships. And it does kind of, in the end, support your business too. So it's not just losing an hour of your day going to have coffee with someone. It's like I come back and go, okay, I didn't know that you could do this and inspect real estate. Now let's implement that into the business. Or I met this lovely lady from the north side of Brisbane, and let's build a network and a referral partner system with them. So like I just think that you got to think outside of the box and what you do with your time and how you absorb that information. And I know that every month, like our girls love to come. Like Jess, our BDM, she's got no choice. I make her come to every single one of them because obviously that's the role. But our assistants come, our admin staff come, and we just kind of rotate through it. And it's a good break for them as well from the
Absolutely.
everyday, like phones ringing, sitting at your desk. So
No,
I definitely think if you're thinking about it and there's not one in your area, definitely get on board, send me a message. If there is one in your area and you've kind of been like umming and ahhing, all you have to do is just go once and see if you like the crowd. That's really all it takes, is just making that split decision.
absolutely. And I'm just listening to you talk now, and we've connected a long time ago. I can't remember when we actually connected. And I've just really noticed a huge shift in your confidence and your leadership. And just when listening to you, and I'm just wondering, is being out, connecting, being a leader for other property managers and business owners in the greater community outside of your office, has that all helped sort of
I
develop
think
you?
so. Yeah, and I think self-development is important, and I've always loved self-development. Obviously, we talk about that all the time, Kylie, but especially I think it really started probably from when we opened the business, but more when I went into a sales role, because I think going through COVID, everything was so new and you didn't really know what the hell was going on or what to expect, and you're changing your processes and you're so deep in the work. But after COVID, I went into sales for a few years and I really invested heavily in having a real estate coach, which I think helped my mindset and my mind shift, because I think confidence is a big thing. And even if you can be in the industry for 10 plus years and you actually do know what you're doing, you don't internally feel like that. So I went through about 12 months of coaching with Sherry Storer, and we did a lot of like mindset and self-belief and things like that. And then coming out of that and coming back into a leadership role where I've been able to, I guess, enhance the culture and kind of flip it on its head which is why I came back, just to fix a few things, and then meeting with everyone and networking with everyone, seeing what they're doing, but also getting feedback from people and just hearing like that they like following you on social, or they'll ring you for advice. Like sometimes I'll get property managers that will ring and be like, hey, have you ever had this situation? Like, what do you think I should do? Or can you point me in the right direction? I think all of those little things just kind of compound. It's a bit of a compounding effect. And then you go, oh shit, I actually do know what I'm doing. And maybe I should be sharing it with people, because even though I feel like I have a good support network, I've created that support network for myself. And even like with the leadership team that we have in Ray White Corporate now, which is absolutely amazing. Like Brittany, our Queensland BDE, is the biggest support. Like I could literally text her at any time and she'd come back and help me with anything. And I think just having that network really gives you confidence to go, okay, yep, I have this support, but other people don't. So I have support from corporate. I have support from, say, you, Kylie, or I can ring Aaron, I can ring Ashley. Like, but other people don't have that. And I really think that people in smaller agencies or don't have a business owner that really cares about the property management department, because let's be honest, there's a lot of them. They have somewhere to go if they do need help, or they feel comfortable reaching out, or and that's exactly obviously why Shelby from Rose Petal Properties and I do a lot of work for Ashley now, and she's appointed us as her Queensland leaders, is because like just like yourself, we worked in the same area. Shelby and I work in the same area, but it doesn't matter. There's enough business for everyone. And just because I have a process the way I want it doesn't mean that's the way she wants to run her business, but we can still swap ideas of how do you do that? Or do you have a template for this? Or I just think that you can get further in life by working with people rather than constantly being pitted against each other, because that's a pretty miserable way to have a career.
Absolutely. I totally agree with everything. And I think you're doing an amazing job. I'm
Thank you.
so happy and proud of you. I think, yeah, when you talked about the confidence stuff, you really spoke to me. I really struggle with my confidence, which just surprises a lot of people. But yeah, it's something that I have to work on consistently,
Yeah.
continually. That imposter syndrome are all things that I literally have to wake
And
up
it's
every day.
scary, hey,
Mm.
like, and I also think that even just jumping on a lot of Zooms and just talking to people, but also I've done a lot of work with Ayla over the last 8 months as well. And I remember the first time they asked me to talk on their Mecca panel, I was shitting myself. I was like, what? You want me to talk? Like, are you sure? Because I can ramble. Like, I can go off and we can be on a subject and I can completely go off and talk forever. Like, I don't intend to do it, but I'm like, I don't really think people want to hear from me. And I think now I've done about 9 of them. So I think they're just saying yes. So when I came back into property management full time, because let's be honest, I actually never left property management because I built this business and I was always behind the scenes going. I was still in the interviews when we were hiring staff. Like, I never actually technically left. I was just selling on the side, really, and I would still do trust accounting and things like that before we went over to ALO. But I also think that it's just one of those things where you just it never leaves you. It really doesn't. And when I came back full time, I said to myself, okay, this 12 months, I'm not going to be too hard on myself because I have very high expectations and I do struggle with that. And it's not put on anyone but me. And my business owner always says, I don't expect that of you. That's a you problem. And I'm like, I agree with that. That's completely on me. Is that 12 months of learning and just saying yes to as much things as possible.
Great.
And people do like to say I take on too much, but I enjoy it. So
Yeah.
why not?
Absolutely. And you'll have to just balance that out when it does become too much. Be aware of the signs when it is becoming too much.
I'll just call you when I'm rocking in the corner.
Yeah,
Be like,
yeah,
Kylie, help
absolutely.
me.
Always
Yeah.
here. Now on top of your workload, you're just talking about adding too much. So we've now just added a book club into your mix of all the other things that you're already doing.
Yeah.
And we wanted to create this space for people for connection. And in fact, the idea of this came out of our coffee and conversations that we had on the Gold Coast with the
It did.
speaking cards.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we talked about the things that we would have loved to have implemented in our businesses. And the book club came up. So we wanted to create this space where people can learn, they can grow, they can connect together. And it's really for not just property managers, but anyone in the industry. Are you feeling overwhelmed and thinking about selling your rent roll? Don't worry, you're not alone, and HDNU is here to help. Whether you're ready to sell now or you just want to plan for the future, the friendly and approachable team at HDNU makes the process simple and stress-free. Hello, yes please. With over 30 years of expertise, they're not just about crunching the numbers. They genuinely care about helping you maximize your agency's value and get the best outcome for you. Their sales readiness bundle is like having a trusted advisor by your side. They'll work closely with you to assess your agency's key factors, create an easy to understand heat map of your strengths and opportunities, and then sit down with you for a 90-minute workshop to guide you on what to do next. They'll look at everything from rent roll earnings and rent arrears to compliance and team performance and explain it all in plain English. If you're planning to sell soon, HDNU can even handle the whole process for you, from finding qualified buyers to negotiating the deal. Their friendly, professional team takes the stress out of selling so you can feel confident every step of the way. And to get started, simply book in a meeting with the team today. Their link is in the show notes. They're here to help you move forward with confidence. Let's be real. Compliance is one of the biggest challenges in property management, and it can be overwhelming to navigate. It's time-consuming, stressful, and let's face it, one missed compliance check could lead to serious legal and financial risks, and no one wants that. That's where Sensor Insure comes in. Powered by smart sensor technology, it offers highly competitive building and landlord insurance, bundled with an ecosystem of smart safety devices. These include tamper-proof smoke alarms and water leak detectors with automated remote testing and a 24/7 accessible audit trail. Yes, you heard me right. Sensor Insure is a game changer. It's always on and integrates seamlessly with your trust platform to streamline processes and provides live reporting across your entire rental portfolio. This ensures you're always meeting compliance requirements, giving you total peace of mind. No more waking up in the middle of the night stressed or worried that you've missed something or your team has missed something. So whether you're looking to improve your processes and efficiency, reduce stress, or protect your agency from risk, Sensor Insure has you covered. You really should see how it works. I totally encourage you to book in a free demo today by heading to sensorglobal.com or the show notes to learn more about their solutions and how they can transform your compliance game.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm not gonna lie, I have absolutely been blown away at the response that we've had for book club. And like when we were talking about it at Coffees and Conversations, and again, thank you, Ash, for the conversation cards, because again, like look what's now come out of it. And she is a part of our book club. It's just we were talking about it and you're like, I really want to do this. And I'm like, yeah, this is great. I love reading. I love self-development. Like I give a book to each staff member when we do Employee of the Month, a self-development book. I pick it according to what I think would benefit them at the time. And when we were setting it up and we did the visuals and the WhatsApp group and we're talking about how it's going to work, I remember you saying, look, if we have 10 or 15 people or 20, like that'd be great. And I think I went in there the other day, we got 66, we're at near 70 members. And I'm just absolutely blown away. Like when we first set it up, I did as I usually do. Anyone that knows me, I'm probably in your DMs on Instagram. I
Organized. You
just
are the most organized person I know.
Look, I was a BDM for 8 years, so I think that kind of never leaves you, and that's the salesperson in you. But I'm thinking, okay, well, who do I know? Who do I collaborate with on a daily basis? I just sent them a message and said, hey, like, do you like reading? Or even if you don't read, do you like audiobooks? Because a lot of people I know are really career driven. So it's like, okay, well, who can we get in our circle to do this? And I was absolutely shocked at the amount of people that were like, oh, this is brilliant. Let's get on board. I thought we'd have maybe, yeah, 20 people, and we're at 66 and counting.
It's amazing. So good.
Yeah.
Cannot wait. So maybe do you want to just break down for anyone listening what's involved and how we're
Yeah.
going to run this thing?
Yeah, so we do have a WhatsApp group. So where we do, if you are interested in joining, we can send you the link or a QR code and you can jump on in. So we're trying to keep it obviously as simple as possible. We do know that people are time poor. We're all either running businesses or running teams. So we pick a book every month. I think the last book we picked, we had three choices, didn't we? So we had a poll in the WhatsApp group and we had three choices of the books, and everyone just kind of went through and ticked off maybe the best one they'd like to read. So our first month, we've chosen Jefferson Fisher, The Next Conversation, which, to be honest with you, I absolutely loved his podcast. So I was so happy that people chose that book because I've been wanting to read it for so long. And I
And it's
think it,
so relevant to property management. So relevant.
oh, it's so
Difficult
good.
conversations, difficult
Yeah.
people. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's so
Yeah.
good.
And I think just the way that, and I also like, because I did the audiobook, I really like the way that he articulates it because he reads it himself too. So I really love when authors do read their own books. I just think you can kind of connect with it a little bit more. But I think when we do our monthly Zoom, so every at the last Friday of every month, we're going to jump on about lunchtime and we'll talk about the key points of the books, anything that we kind of want to implement into our leadership style. I think a lot of people, even from our first month, is going to get a lot from that book. And we just had so much, I guess, positive feedback and, industry peers just saying such a good idea. I had Jess from Agent Sync reach out and go, hey, look, I've got an idea. I'll create you a Google sheet and people can drop their book recommendations in there. And literally within 24 hours, she had it in my inbox. So I'm like, everyone is so on board to be collaborative in regards to getting on board. And I don't know. It's just given such a positive feeling that we can all get in there. We can talk about our struggles, how things have helped us, give recommendations, and even books that they've previously read as well. Like people are giving recommendations or they're also sharing when they're reading on Instagram. It's just, yeah,
It's great.
it's
Yeah,
makes me feel happy.
it is. It is. And
Yeah.
I think people are really craving that as well, I think. And I've been to a lot of conferences in the last 2 years, and the connections amongst people is absolutely amazing. Like
Mm.
what
I
what
think
what
people like community, right? Like, and
yeah.
it's the same with other industries, and everyone likes to feel like they're a part of something and that they can contribute. And I think in property management, it's the best time to be a property manager, I personally think, because property managers are now getting recognized more than they ever have before. And there's so much more support out there. And even though the support was there before, I completely understand that. It's just you don't have to dig for it as much as you used to. Like you can go to a coffees and conversations, you can join the book club, you could reach out to someone on Instagram, and people are actually willing to openly help. Whereas before, I think people are a bit more safeguarded. It's like, well, this is mine. I don't really want to share it with anyone. Whereas I don't care. I'll share anything because a process is only as good as the person willing to implement it into the business.
Absolutely. And I think property management has struggled for so long as an industry with such a
Yeah.
negative perception. It's kind of the last job people want to do, and
Yeah.
tenants and property owners don't speak about property managers in great light. I've had very few conversations But I
No.
think if we all elevate ourselves, then we're going to elevate the
Hmm.
industry as a whole. And people have talked about it for years, but nothing's actually move the needle. But I feel like the stuff that's happening in the industry right now is going to move the needle. And ultimately, the perception of property managers is going to be held in much higher regard, which is great because it means we're more valued, our jobs are more
Hmm.
valuable, we're able to ask more money for our jobs, and we can hold our heads high as well and say proudly that we're property managers rather than
Yeah,
quietly whispering "I'm a property manager," which is what some people don't like to say they're a property manager. They
but
like to say
that's
they're
it
in real
as
estate.
well. Yeah,
So yeah,
exactly. And I think the business owners as well, because there's been I've noticed a bit of a shift of bigger leaders talking about their exit strategies and retirement and assets and things like that. And I think that there's been a bit of a shift with business owners, I guess, giving more to their property management teams and realizing that that is the asset of their business and not completely giving everything to their sales department, which I think in the past it was always like which business had the most sales agents, who was making the most amount of revenue, but and the property managers were just kind of like in the back room with the door closed and we were just kind of like plodding away. That's kind of how I felt
yep,
when I first started, is that you didn't really market your PM department. It was mostly just your salespeople and it was all about salespeople and sales meetings. And yeah, I don't know. I just think that there's been a major shift. And I think it is a mindset thing as well. But there's so much out there. And there's also a lot of free resources too. So if you're working in an office where you don't feel like you have support, people also need to take a little bit of responsibility for their own careers. And I think that you need to go online, you need to see if there's any like free webinars. RTA do free webinars, and also maybe even be willing to invest in yourself too. So just because your boss won't pay for you to go to a conference doesn't mean that you can't pay for yourself to go to a conference. So, and a lot of the online training these days, it's only like $50.
yeah, it's so
And
cheap.
you get
Yeah, I run
resources
a
with
lot
it
of it.
as
Yep,
well.
yep,
Yeah. So, like, I've booked my team in for your training in the past. You've also got other businesses that do it for as little as $47, and then you'll get resources and things like that as well, and templates. Like, people also need to take responsibility for their own self-development. It can't always be put back on the business owner.
Okay, so on that topic of self-development,
Yeah.
what is one of your self-development recommendations? Tool, book, resource, training, mentor, somebody that's real or something that's really helped shift the needle for you?
Oh gosh, I feel like I have so many. I think I have so many of them because I've made such good friends with, I guess, some of my mentors as well. And I think different people add different points of value because everyone has a different perception on things. Like I said, when I was in sales, I had Sherry, which she was very detrimental to getting me out of a certain headspace. And then having Ash as well. Ash is one of those people that will literally like if you message her and be like, hey, can I have a Zoom? There's no criteria, nothing. You just jump on and be like, this is my problem. Can you help me brainstorm me through the problem? And by the time you leave, you have confidence to fix that problem within your business. And I personally don't think she gets enough credit for what she does. Like if you're looking for to jump on to the PM Collective, there's a lot of training and resources on there just for property managers, but all different avenues of the business as well. And it's quite cheap too. Like all these things are tax deductions if your business owner doesn't want to pay for it. We've recently just gone through an onboarding course with her for my entire team. So we had a course of we had a new property manager start, and this is I made all the team do this, even though they haven't just started. And they get a video, a bite-sized video every single day of a different thing in property management that can help them do that extra 1% in their job. So whether it's managing their inbox or she's got snippets of her trade day that she ran in Perth. So it was like how to troubleshoot with electricals, plumbing, and all of those types of things as well. There's just so much content out there. So just I don't know, jump on Instagram. I know that you have some amazing training videos as well. I definitely think BDMs should be utilizing your services with the data collection as well, because I feel like we spend so much time trying to find people's information that by the time we gather it all, we don't do anything with it
Yeah.
because we've spent so much time spreadsheeting and then we're like, oh, this is draining. And you get to the end of the day and you're like, I don't want to make any phone calls.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think what you're saying is that you find that person or that training that you need to fix that
Yeah.
particular pain point that you've,
Yeah. I
well,
don't
that's
think
how
it's
I
just
address it. Yeah.
I don't
You,
think it's just one person. I don't think you
yes.
can just go. I am going to stick with this one person. I think you need to go, okay, well, this is a pain point in my business. I don't have time to do data collection. I'm going to go and contact Kylie and see how she can help me. I really need to train my BDMs on how to use Price Finder, but I don't have time for that. So I might just purchase Kylie's. I know you have a course that shows you how to utilize Price Finder for BDMs. Or, okay, I don't have time to train my property managers on how to troubleshoot maintenance. So I'm going to go to PM Collective and I'm going to do the monthly subscription and get them to go through all the onboarding videos. So I think it's different pain points in your business of who you would go to different people. Like I know for me, when it comes to like paperwork and revenue and things like that as well, I go to Aaron from Rent Roll Mastery because he is just a wizard at that. And then when it comes to social media as well, I would come to you because you have your done for it services. It's just you got to have different people in your team and everyone has a different skill set. So don't put all your eggs in one basket. Try and go and see what's out there and make connections with everyone.
Absolutely. And
I
that's
hope that
great
makes
advice.
sense.
Yeah, and that's exactly how I do. I'm
Yeah.
constantly doing courses and training. I've just done a whole heap of AI training uh,
Oh,
because I realized that was a pain point and I've learned all these different AIs. So not just ChatGPT, but I've learned all these. Actually, one of the best ones, it's one where it does all your personality stuff. So
oh,
yeah, I'll have to
that's
find it
cool.
and send it. Yeah, it was so
Yeah.
cool. So it told me my disc profile, it told me my Myers-Briggs. You do all the, and then you can obviously do that. So now that I know me, then I
Yeah.
a bit like what Julie Davis does, but on like steroids.
Yep.
And yeah, it was really interesting just learning about me. But then you could put your whole team into it, find out
Yep.
where you're missing stuff. You do it with your clients as well. So you get a
Yeah.
new client and you put them in. This is what I've gathered from this client. What sort of
Mhm.
personality? Anyway, really, really interesting. So I look at what pain points I've got. I wasn't.
Yep.
My pain point is I wasn't. I don't know anywhere near enough about AI. So
Mhm.
I'm going to go find a course that can teach me
Mhm.
all the different and yeah. And so what you said is perfectly valid and great advice. Find what's your pain point right now and go
Mhm.
find that solution.
And different people specialize in different things too. Like I've just started the psychic leadership course as well. And I just think you don't know what you don't know. So even if you do a training session or you do a course, you might sit through it and go, oh yeah, I know that. Or, oh, I used to do that, but I don't do that anymore. I really should pick that up again. And it's the same when you're a BDM. And if you've been in the game a really long time, you think some people go, oh, well, I know it all. I don't need to be trained. It's like, I just don't completely agree with that. Like I recently went to Sarah Kim Cotter's session with Ray White Corporate and I'm listening to her and I'm like, yeah, I do know parts of this. However, I feel like it slips off in the everyday busyness of the job, right? But then there's also little golden nuggets in there where you're like, oh, that's bloody brilliant. Why didn't I think of that? So I just think, yeah, never think that you can't learn anything. Like 17, 18 years later, we do training every single week. Like we do property management meetings on a Wednesday, and I think right up until November or December, I have someone booked in every single week to do something different with my team because you don't know what you don't know, but also you don't really know the skill set of your team either. So it's like it is our responsibility as leaders to try and bring everyone along on that journey with you. And sometimes I do forget that they don't know what I know because it's all in here. And I sometimes find it hard to articulate what goes on in my brain because it goes 100 miles an hour. So just kind of bringing them along for the ride. And the more things that I do and the more people I connect with is more benefit to my team as well. And
Absolutely.
then
Love it.
people want to work with you. Like I had a property manager reach out today and go, do you have any jobs available? So it's just, I don't know, it's just culture and just showing people that you're not all workplaces are bad workplaces and we're all in this together. And it's the same with book club. Like we have a WhatsApp group, whatever you want to talk about it. And it doesn't even have to be book related. Like you
No,
could tell us what you have for breakfast. I wouldn't care. Like it's just get in there and start a conversation. And I think it's only going to get better.
absolutely. I totally agree. You are doing an amazing job. Now, how can our audience connect further with you?
I've started being a little bit more active on LinkedIn because I keep getting told I've got to ride the LinkedIn train. So I'm trying to pick up in there. Probably Instagram. Most active on Instagram because that's probably where I spend most of my time. So yeah, connect with me on Instagram. Happy to answer any questions or if you want to start up a coffees and conversations or if you want to come along to the next one, I do have a WhatsApp group as well for the coffees and conversations so you can kind of get updated with where they're going to be. But yeah, always happy to help.
Amazing. Thank you so much for joining me on the podcast.
Thanks for having me, Kylie.
If you're ready to be a super organised, focused and productive property manager, buckle up, because Colmio is about to revolutionise the way that you work. Colmio is the driving force behind property management excellence in residential real estate. Now picture this, a comprehensive end-to-end system designed to be the beating heart of your property management tasks, manage your properties, owners and tenants, and handle payments, inspections, and even marketing listings without leaving the platform. Colmio is designed to be an all-in-one solution to all your property management needs. And here's the game changer. Colmio isn't just software. It's been awarded the most innovative prop tech scale up in 2023. Yes, you heard it right. Colmio has been recognised for their groundbreaking approach to property management software. How good is that? So property managers, whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, dive into the future of property management with Colmio. You can book in a demo with the team today and go in their weekly draw for a Prezi gift card worth $100. All you need to do is to head to the link colmio.com/thatpropertymum, and Colmio is Kolmeo. Can I ask you a quick favour before you leave this episode? Now, we all know how important reviews are for businesses these days, and mine is no different. If you could spare just a minute to follow, rate and review this podcast, it would mean a lot to me. In fact, what would get me super excited is if you share this podcast with someone in the industry who you think might need to hear some of the episodes right now. And if you'd like to find out more about working with me or any of the products I have to help you start, grow or scale your property management business, head to my website, thatpropertymum.com.au, or check out the links in the show notes.